It's Becky D in the morning with Becky D, the motivation that you never knew you needed, but you have now to keep getting you through your year. All right. So make sure that your volume is turned up, you're tuned in, and you're ready to go, because now it's time to let the motivation flow. Good morning. It's your girl, Becky D, live in the morning, 7 days a week. Ooh, I'm still saying that? Oh, gosh. We all know that one of those might be a little bit of a lie now. But one thing that I do know is that as time goes on, you want to avoid becoming complacent. A lot of times we get comfortable with literally that, just being comfortable. And we don't realize it. We get set into a routine, into a rhythm, and we're just constantly on the go for that. We don't realize that we're stuck in that rhythm, that we're stuck in that flow, that we're used to that. All we know now is that we are comfortable and we are enjoying life right where we at. But may I present to you today something that most people have not noticed, okay? It is this. If you think about taking risk, where would a lot of us be in life if someone in our life did not take a risk? What I mean by that is, would we have certain social media sites if someone didn't push the envelope, if they did not become uncomplacent and wanted to push the envelope? They wanted to see how far their dreams and imagination could take them. Where would we be if simply your parents said, hey, I'm happy with the one I have. Let me not go further and see what other great childs are within me? What if your employer said, hey, I don't want to take a risk on somebody who's never worked in this profession before. Let me not hire them, even though they seem like they're dedicated. Now, I know we're playing on a lot of what ifs, but the matter of the fact is that is all that we have to rely on right now, because in the alternate reality, that did happen. Okay. And in some other people's alternate reality, those who have become complacent, you actually took a risk and it paid off and it was amazing and great. So this is something that you have to think about. So on today, definitely sit back and think, hey, have I gotten comfortable where I am at? Excuse me. Am I simply just coasting now? That is a question that a lot of times a lot of people are afraid to answer. But I'm here to tell you it's quite easy to answer. It's quite, simple when you put all the pieces together. There's nothing really difficult about it. What makes it difficult is that we are afraid to do it. One, we're afraid, and two, we don't really truly believe in ourselves. Okay. But let's go back to our support system. Our support system is supposed to be there with us through thick or thin to make sure that we push through whatever we are trying to get through. Okay. A lot of us want to take our success and hold it ownership for ourselves. But you got to remember those that help you get there. Okay. I know I'm not at the top of the mountain yet, but the mountain that I'm standing on right now is good enough for me. And I'm not going to become complacent because I'm already pushing the envelope. I'm already stepping outside of my comfort zone. I'm already seeing what more can I do and how far can I take it? What other mountain can I go and start climbing towards? Okay. For those of you who like to go hiking or who like nature walks and doing stuff of the sorts, let me give it to you in this analogy. Okay. So let's take the mountains that touch, I think it touches South Carolina, North Carolina, Tennessee, and I want to say a piece of Georgia, but I could be wrong. That's one of the national parks, okay? Right there in down from my lady Dolly Parton in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. Okay. Again, y'all, I'm bad with names. So I'm not going to remember the name of the national park. Sue me. But they have different levels of trails, okay? They have the ones that are, just for those who just want to go for a casual nature walk, who want to get a few shots in, take some pictures, say ooh and ah, and look at the different things that nature has to offer. They always give it a difficulty level, and that one is pretty easy. They have one that gives you a more of a exotic side, and that one's pretty easy, but they let you know it might be some rough terrain. But the thing is, the more difficult it gets, the more beauty you see. So how much of a fool would I be if I didn't take the risk of being a little uncomfortable in order to see some beauty in the end? I do really plan on pushing my levels at that national park when I go back. It might not be this year, it might be next year, but we'll see how things play out, because it's that snow time of year, and excuse me, I don't know about you, but snow and me, we okay, but we ain't kin folks yet, But I'm ready to push the envelope and take my hike a little further. See, the last time I went, I hiked, and I went to one of the waterfalls, and I enjoyed myself. The water was warm, even though it was freezing outside. Everybody there was taking off their jackets and stuff. It was like a outer body experience, in a sense of the fact that you were standing in a cold environment with warm water for once, and it was just magical. The views was beautiful. The trees just add to the ambiance, and it was just something that you couldn't pay for on direct TV, and it's not something that you could pay per view. It was something that you had to get out of the house, get out of your way, say, I'm gonna get off my couch today and go see some real beauty other than the thing that's looking back at me in the mirror. So I think that one was supposed to take about an hour and a half round trip. So it's not that difficult. It wasn't that far. I wore my hiking boots, gave me a reason to wear them. Other than that, they're just sitting there looking at me now. But it was something that motivated me. I mean, I bought the boots and I was like, ooh, yes, ready. And it just kept going and growing from there. I was able to get a little dirty and a little muddy in some areas, because I'm just extra like that, and I like splashing puddles. But I became uncomplacent, because now younger me would have probably not thought about doing that. I mean, I would have probably did the easy one because it was easy, took a couple of pictures and then kept on about my business. But because I was up for the challenge, I decided that now was the time to do it. So when I go back, I plan on doing a trail that is a little bit more difficult. Now, I'm not going to just jump up and go for a full-fledged experienced hiker's hike. I'm not going to do that because I'm not experienced. I don't know what to take. I don't know what I need. I know I need water. I got my boots already. I might need one of those walking sticks just to be safe, and I got to make sure I got my grip. And I'm not going to climb Mount Everest now because I'm not there yet. I mean, I could and just say, gun ho, let's go. But some things you honestly need to train and prepare for. That's why we have colleges, universities, and technical colleges as well, okay? Because some things in our life that we want to do, we truly need to properly train for. So how much of a fool would I be if I told you, yes, go climb Mount Everest today, but don't train for it? Go run that marathon, but don't train for it. Everybody know you need to train for a marathon. Now, some people went out there and just gave it all they got, just to cross it off their bucket list, and I applaud them. But some things that you want to succeed at, it's best if you train. Now, there's other things in life that you can do without training. And maybe that's something that you can get started today. But I want to definitely tell you to go and do that today. Along with going and doing that, make sure that you just share good information to people, boost their mood, give them all that they deserve in gratitude, and just be grateful for them. Okay? Be grateful for them. This world is tough enough without us adding extra stuff to it. Can we for once just truly love everybody and understand that we're not mad at them. We're mostly mad at ourselves because we've become complacent. A lot of times jealousy works its way into our lives, and we just lash out. Step back, take a deep breath, think things through, and understand that it's not their fault, it's your fault. Because you become complacent in your life, you're not happy with it, that doesn't have anything to do with them. Get up, get moving, and let's go. All right? For those of you who are happy where they're at, I'm glad you found your happiness. And if that's truly where you want to stay at, you can do that. But just know this world is steadily evolving. And that I am challenging you today to think about something that you can do in your life that while you're happy, you can still push that envelope a little bit more, so that you're not only happy, but now you are thriving in a way that you never imagined before. All right? So you guys, on this beautiful morning, the day after a storm, I am going to let you know that we no longer need to be complacent, but we need to be motivated. Be conquerors of the mind and doers of the world, because you all got this. In a place that has taught us to become complacent where we are at and accept the things that we really and truly don't need to accept. My name is Becky D with Becky D in the Morning. You all have a great and magical morning. And as always, I will talk to you all tomorrow morning.